said about everything I want to say, so. You know, it's not like I won an award. Is it one of the big reasons that I'm here is that for me to be here, my kids do something special growing up. Sometimes I might not know how special maybe I meant to them. And so to be able to come up here in front of y'all as the Father of the Year, I won that just like y'all. Y'all are the Father of the Year as far as I'm concerned. But if you don't believe it, just turn to your left or right and ask your child. But I want to thank first Golfweek for such a fantastic award. I am sincerely honored to have such an award. Mr. Kaufman, who wrote the article, the Armand, and then a young lady named Tracy Wilcott, did the photography. And thank y'all for going out of your way to make something special for me. If you don't mind, I'd like just briefly to introduce my 4 children. David, the one that introduced me, was obviously the best player in our family. David played the tour for quite some time. And he got 3 years, 2 years on the Nike Tour, 1 year on the PGA Tour. He is now a real estate broker at a club that we worked at 10 years called Woodside Plantation in Aiken, South Carolina. And he's superior in his real estate sales. A lot of David's career evolved around his ability at golf. So sometimes golf will lead you in other directions also. My son Daniel, who's not here, came to work for me right out of college. We signed him up in the PGA apprentice program and put him in charge of our junior program. Our junior program has always had a professional with it, and that was his only job. Never would we take that professional away from that junior program. And the duties that Daniel had, he was to instruct the juniors, and when we say instruct, we mean properly instruction, and also to create tournament forms, both competitive and fun, and most of all, keep his interest up in golf. Unfortunately, our business is taking a turn down a little bit. We need more pros pushing more juniors to play golf. I salute all your sons, all your juniors. Of course, I see some of you past that stage, but I salute all of them. But Daniel did a wonderful job in our junior program. He's got players all over the South that are playing professionally and in college. He is also one of the best instructors you can find. My son Jay, who probably has the most recognition in our family, has always wanted to be a coach. When he was 13 or 14 years old, he would talk his mother into going to the YMCA and volunteering to be a coach so he could be an assistant coach. He got his first job, like Daniel was saying, $9,000 at Anderson College. It's a 2-year junior college in Anderson, South Carolina. They gave him a dormitory, a room, in the dormitory, one room. They were married to a young lady named Stephanie. They had a beautiful child named Brooke, and the 3 of them lived in that one-room apartment in Anderson College. From Anderson College, they went to Augusta State, from Augusta State to Alabama, University of Alabama. David told you about it, just winning the national championship. But David also was selected to be the captain of the Palmer Cup. The Palmer Cup is the college version of the Ryder Cup. And Jay just brought the trophy back to America with a record-setting victory this past week. My daughter Julie is probably the most talented, competitive child that I have. As a junior, part of our junior program had 2 tournaments in which we would go overnight and study. And you couldn't go on these tournaments unless you participated in the program. And we would raise money so there was no expense to the kids. We would never go keep the kids from not going to a tournament because of finances. And most of the clubs that I was a pro at, unfortunately, didn't have the wealth to send their juniors sometimes to these tournaments. And we would always go to Myrtle Beach. And so, not to compete with the Florida beaches, but Myrtle Beach is probably the #1 vacation place in South Carolina. And everybody looks forward to going there. And we would try to raise money, and Julie would get some other junior girls, and Julie was in charge of raising money for the junior golf program. They'd pick up people in the parking lot, they would load bags, they would clean clubs. They would even go out on the course and sell refreshments. When I say refreshments, I have to say that word because we found out more people drunk beer than they drunk Coke. So we had to kind of sometimes substitute a beer in there for the 12-year-old girl. But anyhow, Julie now raises 3 wonderful children, and if she did have the chance to play golf, she's still a good golfer. My wife Claire has always been my director of golf and my director for life. She has been by my side 50 years. Her specialty is raising children and grandchildren. But she can run any part of golf operation there is. The success of my success in golf and the success of my family has always been anchored in my wife Claire. In closing, golf has been good to the Sewell family, and we try hard to give back just a little bit. It needs your help, it needs some energy, but I want to again say thank you so much. If you don't mind, I'd like to recognize my 11 grandkids. Y'all stand up. And I want to wish all you fathers a very special day. It's wonderful to have a child. I know exactly what you're experiencing. If we can ever do anything for you in the South Carolina area, we hang out at a club called Hounds Lake. We're struggling a little bit, so if you got any suggestions, y'all come on by. But anyhow, thank y'all again. Thank you so much.